Doctor Who attacks its own fan base just before releasing its second season. Wow, this video is going to be quite an interesting one, but probably just quite a short one because I just had to look over a couple of screenshots which I took from a piece of text and just analyse what this actually is, because I'm just going to say this: if you are releasing a second season of a TV show, and this season is going to determine the fate of the future of this TV show, the last thing I would be doing is attacking the people who made your show popular in the first place. Again, this is a simple case of don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's pretty logical in my sense, but anyway, we're going to get into this video and discuss this for you on camera. But just before we get into this video, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications if you like Doctor Who, or you like Doctor Who content just like this on YouTube, because we release so much Doctor Who content on this channel every single week. I try and get a video out every single week, but sometimes we get 2 videos out a week, 3 videos out a week, or even more, depending on how the week is and stuff. But we will always guarantee a Doctor Who video every single week. So smash a like on this video, share the video around, and also subscribe to the channel to help support this channel. I'd massively appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Also, little notice as well, my full deep dive review into the Robot Revolution will be coming out very, very soon. Literally within the next couple of days or so. I'm just constructing this together and I'm doing a new format for this video. I want to get some points together. I want to rewatch the episode a couple of times and really get my points in order, and then give you guys a more detailed review, rather than just reciting off my memory what I thought of the episode. So yeah, bear with me, that is coming very, very soon. But without further ado, let's get into this video right now. So, Doctor Who has done a couple of things which is a little bit interesting. Like the time that Shooter Gatwa said, if you don't like the idea that we're throwing certain things into this new season, and if you don't like the idea that in the way that the season is going, then you should go and quote-unquote touch grass. And I think a lot of people took that to heart because the viewing figures dropped. No surprises there, really. It's given me throwbacks of recently, in the last couple of weeks, the whole Rachel Zegler thing with the whole Snow White movie, and how she literally bit the hand that fed her, and in result got a really terrible performing movie. Again, you could say this as well with The Acolyte, because their show got cancelled and they attacked the fans and blamed the fans for it. So you'd think that a show like Doctor Who would learn from them things and not attack the fans, but we're going to take a look at a couple of things right here. So the first thing, I'm going to go ahead and look at this right here and go over these pieces right here. So it says, let me just check and see what okay, so I've got the first screenshot up right here, which is the second in my document. I put them in the wrong way around, but here we go. So we've got the title right here of this little article, which we're going to have a little look at the main part of this article. So the first part is, it says, "We are going to piss off so many people. Doctor Who star reacts to comments about the series being woke." Just a little bit of advice. If you want people to enjoy your series, don't make the focus of the series pissing people off. Because if you piss people off, they won't like your series and they will leave, and your viewing figures will drop, and you probably won't get another season. Just saying. So let's have a look and see what they have to say a little bit more into this right here. So we have 2 more quotes from this person, I believe. So let's have a look and see right here. So right now we are casting more diversity in terms of ethnicity. So basically, if you're looking at that, they're trying to basically diversely cast people. Now, if you're not doing that already, just naturally through casting people, because again, you know, any person can apply to be an actor. Any person can apply for the job of being on Doctor Who. That is very widely available. In fact, in, you know, the previous thing, you know, from like, you know, series 1 back in 2005, you have plenty of people of colour. Look at, like, you've got Mickey, for example, who is a big person of colour in the series. You also have Captain Jack, who's a gay character as well. So this was all put into the series, but here's where we have the problem with it. Because back then it was actually well written, because it was just written naturally. Currently it's just forced in there to a point where it just feels completely unnatural, and people are just, yeah, it just looks like terrible writing at this point. So yeah. Also, you shouldn't be wanting to cast people just because they're diverse. You should be casting people because they're a good actor. Because you want the best actors for your project, not the most diverse cast for your project. Just gonna say that. It also says right here, we're casting more disabled actors. But there's always more that we can do. Yeah. Again, you don't want to just cast a load of disabled people into Doctor Who for the sheer fact that they're disabled. That's not a good look, just on terms of like your casting system, because you should be casting people upon talent and not because they have a disability. And funny enough, people with disabilities don't want to be cast in shows just because of their disability. That's not how they want to be treated. And in fact, I personally have seen somebody who is, you know, was in the YouTube space but went into the acting space, and they found it very, very difficult because they were basically a dwarf, and essentially they were only getting cast in roles because of their size. And yeah, they really, really didn't like that and found that offensive, because you should be casting somebody because they're a good actor and not because of what they look like, or, you know, their ethnicity, or because they have a disability or something like that. Just cast people based on talent, and these types of people will naturally fall in, because if you have a bunch of really, really good actors who also happen to be disabled, then that's great. Add them in, because like they will naturally fit the role. If they'll literally, if they're good enough, they will naturally fit the role. Like, then at the bottom here it says, certainly there is absolutely no excuse not to cast disabled actors in disabled roles nowadays. Yeah, again, like, okay, to an extent, yeah, but if you had, like, if you're looking at this right here, and you have 2 actors, and they're both going for this disabled role. One is actually disabled, and one of them isn't disabled. And we're talking about a hypothetical situation. if the disabled person is not as good of an actor as the non-disabled person, at the end of the day, it is acting. Like, you don't have to be a certain... Like, you don't actually have to be disabled to act as a disabled person. I never thought that that was a particular thing. Yes, I think it's great to hire people who are disabled. Like, of course, give them a fair chance, 100%. Like, I'm 100% for that, giving them a fair chance. But don't just hire people based upon a disability they have, rather than hiring people based on their actual ability. Because their actual acting ability is probably worth more to you as a director and a writer than just being disabled, essentially. So, yeah, it's definitely a weird pull that they're going towards this and how they're working towards this. And then it's like the fact that they are saying this and then actively saying, we're saying this in order to actively piss somebody off. Again, that is not the right way to go about it, because what I see from this is you're hiring more disabled basically you're hiring more people of ethnicities and people with disabilities, essentially to piss off people you don't like. And that in itself is actually even worse, because it entails that you're not actually hiring them for a reason that is other than to fit your own personal view, I guess, and to piss off people who don't agree with your views, which again raises some very red flags. But I guess that is all we're going to look over in today's video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I'm actually very interested to see what your thoughts are on this whole topic down below. Should people be hired just specifically because they're a certain ethnicity, or because they're specifically disabled, or should it be more of a, we're going to hire the most talented person, or we're going to hire the person who fits the job description best, in terms of, you know, the most talented person who fits the job description. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Smash a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and also hit the subscribe button right now on this YouTube channel if you want more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.